Three teams in the NFC East, all in a divisional round of the playoffs. And let's just be honest. The NFC East is the best division in all of sports. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. So we got three teams from the NFC East, all in the divisional round of the playoffs. And let's just face it. Let's be honest. As much as I hate the Giants, as much as I hate the Cowboys, this division, without a doubt, is the best division in all of sports. Last year they said, oh, we're the least of the East and all that stuff, and it was a horrible division, all that crap, whatever they were saying. But the truth is the NFC East has been now, in the past, and will always be the best division in all of sports, not just football. Now, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe for Eagles content, NFL content. I am the most censored, most throttled, Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And the only way to kind of break through it is to hit that like and subscribe. So definitely do that if you like the content. And if you've been subscribed for a while, just double check, double moonwalk check. Make sure you're still subscribed. Lately, YouTube's been acting on the goots. So you gotta check, make sure everything's good to go. Now, before we get into this video, we got to talk about the injury report because the Eagles had a walkthrough today. They kind of put out a little bit of an injury report, and here it is. Cornerback Avonte Maddox, toe, did not practice. He is truly the question for this week. Will he be ready? I'm highly doubting he's going to be playing this week. Then you got Lane Johnson, groin, limited practice. Defensive tackle Linval Joseph, calf, limited practice. Defensive end Robert Quinn, now back, limited practice. The one name you did not see on that list, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is no longer on the list. Pound Eagles injury report with a right shoulder injury. Tuesday walkthrough reports based on an estimate. No practice. Avonte Maddox, Lane Johnson, Linval Joseph, and Quinn, all limited. But most importantly, Jalen Hurts is not on the list. And he says he's ready to go. He's throwing now. Nothing's limited. And he's going to be good to go. He knows that they're going to be going after him. He knows that they're going to be hitting him. And Jalen Hurts, just by his press conference, just by what I saw today, he already looks locked in. He looks locked in, and I think the Eagles are going to allow him to do whatever he needs to do in this game. I really believe that in that last game of the season, the reason why the offense struggled was because they really handcuffed Jalen Hurts. They really wouldn't allow him to do what he wanted to do, which is take off and run at times. They did not want him running. There was a play early in the game where he ran. It was like a 2nd and 8 or something like that. He literally slid 2 yards before the first down marker, and nobody was 5 yards around him. But he gave himself up to not take the hit. And I really think that was why the offense kind of was stalling versus the Giants, even though it was the Giants' backups. But that's why it was kind of stalling. You give him the ability to do whatever he needs to do, that will all change, okay? And I think the Eagles' offense is going to come out. I think they're going to come out ready to go. I see their offense coming out much like they did after the bye week versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they're going to be. It's going to be exciting, man. Cannot wait. Facing the New York Giants in the divisional round of the playoffs is an absolute blessing. It is absolutely fantastic. You got a Giant team who, by the way, is playing good football. And I'll say this now, and I'll say this later. Take the first seed, take the 6th seed, and throw it out the window. Because what you're getting this Saturday is an old-fashioned NFC East fight. It's going to be an old-fashioned NFC slugfest that's going to go into the fourth quarter, and the team that makes the least mistakes, especially late in that game, will win the game. And I think that will be the Philadelphia Eagles. Giants played a great game versus the Minnesota Vikings. There's no question about it. No question about it. But I also see, I see a lot of people saying, oh man, the Giants are going to beat the Eagles. Giants are going to beat the Eagles. A lot of Giant fans talking a lot of crap. You know, it's not the Eagle fans going, oh, we're going to crush them. I don't hear that. But I hear the Giant fans just keep telling us they're going to beat us, they're going to beat us. Then you get the Cowboy fans, they're like trolls. Yeah, they're going to beat you, the Giants are going to beat you, the Giants are going to beat you, the Giants are going to beat you. You know, just go sacrifice your chicken, take your satanic star, and go to San Francisco. Leave us the hell alone. Leave us alone for at least another week, okay? But seriously, this division, this is a great division. This is the best division in all of sports. I truly mean it. I mean, I hate the Dallas Cowboys. I absolutely despise the New York Giants. I hate both those teams pretty much equally, okay? It usually depends who's winning more. They both get on my nerves. Washington, I hate Washington because I hate Joe Gibbs and I hate the old Hogs and I hate them Washington. They haven't really done anything in years, but I still don't like them anyways. But if you take the Cowboys, the Giants, and then you take those fan bases, great fan bases, big fan bases, and you put it with the Eagles fan base, man, it's just always something going on. You look at the other divisions in NFL, there ain't rivalries like this. There ain't back and forth like that. So you hate the Giants, you hate the Cowboys, but at the same time, you have to respect your opponents. And you have to sometimes sit back and look and say, damn, this is a good division. This is the best division in all sports because the teams that you hate you back, and they win and they get to the playoffs sometimes, and you win and you get to the playoffs sometimes, and it's always back and forth. And there's a lot at stake this week. There's a lot at stake. The worst thing that could happen for the Eagles is that the Dallas Cowboys beat the 49ers and the Giants beat the Eagles. The worst thing possible would be a Cowboys-Giants NFC Championship game. This is the worst case scenario. Okay, this is the worst case scenario. Best case scenario for the Eagles, you beat the Giants, and then you get the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC Championship game. And you knock them out at home too. You retired the Giants, you retired the Cowboys. Ultimate bragging rights for a year. At least until next season starts. Ultimate bragging rights. But in order to do that, you're going to have to go out and beat the Giants. And it's gonna be a tough game. But Jalen Hurts being able to go, being ready, that's a big deal, man. That's a big deal. And I think both NFC divisional games are really, really good, and they could go either way. I do. I mean, I hate to say it, but when you play in a divisional opponent, it's never easy. It's never easy in the regular season. It's going to be even that much tighter in the playoff game. Now, the fortunate thing for the Eagles is they're at home. They're at home and they had a week to rest. That's a big, big deal. Getting Lane Johnson back this week is a big deal. And if he can play through it, I think the Eagles should be pretty good. The one thing I worry about with the Eagles in this game is the coaching staff. You can't come out with some stupid plan. You got to run the ball. You have to run the ball in the playoffs. In January, in cold weather, you have to be able to go out and run the ball. So Nick Sirianni is going to have to get the right play call going. And then you have to get that defense, and it has to be aggressive. You got to go out and you got to get pressure on Daniel Jones. I am not worried about the Giants wide receivers. Okay, I think the Eagles can shut them down. But I would play man, and I would blitz a lot more than I usually blitz in the regular season. I would make sure I'm in Daniel Jones' face. And if you do that, I don't think the Giants can move the ball. I don't think offensively the Giants can keep up with the Eagles. What the Giants want to do is they're going to want to come out. They're going to want to run Saquon Barkley. They're going to want to run Daniel Jones when they can. Keep the clock moving. Keep the Eagles' offense off the field. Eat up a clock. If you look at all the games that the Eagles lost this year, especially in the first half of those games, the opposing team had ridiculous amounts of time of possession. Time of possession was not in the Eagles' favor. When that happens, teams keep the Eagles' offense off the field, and it keeps them in the game. The Eagles have to prevent that. I really think you can play a lot of man this week, and I really think you could dial up a lot of blitzes, and I think the Giants would have a lot of problems. Okay, so we'll see how Jonathan Gannon handles it, Nick Sirianni, but it's the coaching that, to me, is the question going into this game. They got to come up with the right plan. And if they do, and they come out with the good game plan, they'll beat the Giants. Talent-wise, players on the field, the Eagles, it's far superior than the Giants. But they got to go out and they got to execute. But it's good news to see Hurts not on the injury report. I expect a big week from him, a big game. And then if you look at that 49ers-Cowboys game, I kind of got a feeling, I haven't made my decision on who I'm picking yet. But to be honest with you, I'm going to be straight up. I'm leaning towards the Cowboys over the 49ers this week. And the reason why I say that is because I still think that if the 49ers are in a tight game in the fourth quarter, a game that's still up for grabs, and Purdy has to go out and make throws and beat the team with his arm, it's a question that I don't know if he can do in the playoffs yet. I feel like Dak Prescott can do that more than Brock Purdy can. So the 49ers, as good as they are, I'm still leery with a rookie quarterback. Now, if Garoppolo, let's say, was playing, I would say, yeah, 49ers will win that game. But because of Purdy, I do think it opens the window to the Dallas Cowboys. Either way, as long as the Eagles take care of business, the championship game is in Philly. And that's all that matters. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. And remember, it's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. So the Eagles are 7.5-point favorites over the New York Giants. 7.5-point favorites. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, what does Vegas know? What does Vegas know that we don't? Because when I look at this game, I'm thinking 4 points, 3 points, Eagles by 3, Eagles by 4, 7.5 points over a touchdown victory. Man, that makes me think that the Eagles, that Vegas thinks the Eagles are going to crush this team. And Vegas, usually most of the time, is pretty dead on in their points. They're pretty close all the time. 7.5 points makes you wonder. Denzel Washington out.